What up, punks? Good to see you guys. How's it going? Good to see you very much. Today is Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. Just got lunch. Before that, we were filming the video with. I was filming a video, in case you didn't see that one, with lots of other YouTubers. Olga K, Andre from Black Nerd Comedy was there. Met some new friends. Jax Films was there. Brox Dubs. Who else? Met Genius Pills, and there was some other. Oh, Chris Thompson, aka Sup Ricky, artist formerly known as Sup Ricky 06, but he goes by Chris Thompson now. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were filming a Harlem Shakes kind of video. Have you guys seen those videos? People are dancing crazy. Yeah, I think that's gonna go up on Michelle's channel. I think that's Awkward Kids, and she says she's going to try and put it up tonight, so check that out. I believe it's Michelle Glavin or Awkward Kids. I don't know. I'll try and tweet it. Pay attention to the Twitters. And just went and picked up a friend's copy of Dead Space 3. He's out of town, so I wanted to pick it up for him and hold on to it so I can just give it to him when he gets back. And now heading back to go home and work on some stuff. Whether it's music or gaming or comedy. I'm filming a comedy video tomorrow. I don't want to tell you about it because I want it to be a surprise. So that's coming though. It's coming up. Hopefully I'll get it ready for Valentine's Day, which I think is Thursday. So I think I need to answer. Oh yeah, well I'll catch up real quick on life. Hawaii was fantastic. It was beautiful. It was amazing. Had a great time. Wonderful time. Beautiful place. Got to go swimming in the ocean. Got to go hiking in a meteor. No, not a meteor. A crater. A volcano crater. And it was beautiful. The ocean was warm. The waves are really fun. I got lots of walking in. Just kind of walked everywhere to dinner with my mom and all that. Mom took me there as like a birthday present. So an early birthday present. So that was fun. Came back. When we flew back, the flight, I got to sit in first class. So that was pretty dope. Took a nap. Took a big long nap that flight. What else? Got back Monday. Kind of caught up on everything. Back working on projects. I feel like this is my real first week being free. Because last week was just so busy. And then I left like Friday early morning. And so, Wednesday, Thursday I was working so hard to get stuff done in advance. So now I feel like I have time to work on the stuff that I want to work on. And I've got my questions here that you guys have been asking. So I'm going to continue and pick up where that last one left off. I think I was talking about Zipperit, aka Trisha, had asked about how I had supported myself. And I was telling you that before I moved out here, I had some savings. I'm kind of just picking up, I think, where I left off. So before I moved out here, I had a couple jobs in college, whether I was working at, as the master's aide at the desk, or if I was being a usher at graduation a couple years, or when I had summer jobs or whatnot. I had a bit of savings, and then when I got out to LA, I worked. Oh, and then I got paid just a little bit from College Musical. And then when I got out to LA, I started doing background work. It's where you go and act in the background of TV shows and movies, and you can kind of join the acting guilds, the unions, through that if you do enough and you get big enough parts. But you shouldn't count on it. Plus, it's a really difficult work that does not pay very well. If you ever come to LA, I think you can do background or audience work, and that might be fun for you to do like a couple times if you ever come visit, or if you're just bored and you live in LA. But I would not recommend it as a main source of income, because the people who do background work regularly are of a different breed. They usually don't know how to make better money. They have personality quirks or something else quirks that prevent them from being able to work quote unquote real jobs. They're very unique. It's kind of, and they always want to talk, and they always want to talk to you about what they're doing. And you have to sit around. So it's the people that you work with who are there with you, and then it's also the work itself. You have to be completely silent when they film. Like at a party scene or something where there's all that background chatter and noise, and at a bar or at a dance club or at a baseball game or anything, all that is added in post. It's not, you don't film that. You just film it completely silent with just the main actors talking, and then you add that stuff in afterwards. And so you're with this group of strangers, and you have to be completely silent and like faking conversation with them. And then when they're not filming anymore, everyone wants to make small talk. But when you're together for 8 or 10 hours a day, how do you make enough small talk with that to entertain you for 8 or 10 hours, And girls probably even get it worse because they get hit on by all the creepy guys all day. So it's just tough. Don't do it. Don't do it. Plus, you only get paid like $50 a day. I don't know. Even if you work that long, it goes up, but it's very low money. So think about $50 a day, 5 days a week. You don't even have time to like work on your other projects, because you come home and you're exhausted from standing on your feet all day, and exhausted from being around people you don't know all day and stuff like that. So, anyways, I did that for a couple months and then quickly grew out of it. What else did I do? I feel like I had more income. Oh, I was working with Kurt. Kurt and I had started doing stuff together, and he was kind of supplementing my income just a little bit. It was more just like he didn't have much money. I didn't have much money. He couldn't really pay me that much. It was just a tiny little bit. It was just like, thank you. He was like a little bit. And then I think, I don't know, in the first spring that I was here, I talked to him, and he was like making enough money at that point, and I had contributed enough that we made it a full-time gig, and I didn't do any more background work, and that's how I was making money. I was working for Kurt. I was working with Kurt, and he had like a company and some other people working on it too. So it was a thing. It was a thing, and we had a lot of fun. And then let's see, I was working with Kurt since like August, but then in spring it became a full-time job, and then around, I don't know, September, October, around there, I decided, was it then? I guess it was then. Decided that I wanted to go back to being just friends with Kurt and not working for him. Because, like, we're friends, but then I was living with him, and, we were all living together, and I don't know, it just kind of got awkward. It was like, are you my boss? Are you my friend? Am I your manager? Am I telling you what to do? Because, like, I would also set up appointments, be like, okay, dude, you got to go here, be at this time. I had to make sure he was awake. I was also trying to work on my own stuff. So just a lot of stuff going on. And we decided just to, like, go back to just, I was going to go ahead and start working at TGS. And so then I started working at TGS. And so, yeah, and then that was like a real salary, it was the same amount that I was working for Kurt for, and then they gave me bonuses, or not bonuses, but what's it called when you get higher salary? I forget now. Raises. They gave me a raise like in the following spring and stuff. So stuff was all good. So that's how kind of I supported myself when I first got out to LA, and then within the first couple of years. Now I'm just living off of my savings, but also I have money coming in from TuneCore, which is iTunes. I got money coming in from iTunes, my own YouTube money, and some other stuff. Like whenever I do music videos with Warp Zone, sometimes they'll be able to pay me a little bit, and then usually we'll split the iTunes. But I'm hoping to get more into, I don't know, commercial acting. That's fun. It'd be fun to be in a commercial, like a Budweiser commercial or something. Or a little bit of acting, TV acting, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to talk too big, because you never know what you're going to actually get. So, yeah, that's kind of, I think that's the end of that answer to that question. Now, if I can triple task here and read this while driving, while filming, how did I support myself? How many houses or apartments did I live in? I think we went through that in the last video, but I think she was also talking about, specifically in LA, how many places have I lived? So, I moved out here, I lived in Redondo with my friend Connor, then moved around with Kurt into a house for 2 months in mid-city area, which is kind of east of Culver. And then an apartment in Westwood near UCLA, then a big apartment, the 5-bedroom apartment with Kate, Andy, Kurt, Chris Ripley, and Jose for a year, and then now in the place with George, Naked Eli, and then probably going to move to a new place after that this summer, too. So, got 5 places so far in LA down. Is LA getting better? Yeah, I mean, I enjoy LA. It's definitely getting better, you know, as I'm able to do more of what I want to do with YouTube and whatnot. It's exciting. I'm finding the people that I really want to work with. I'm getting, you know, when you first start out, everyone's just like all over the place, and you don't necessarily know what you want to do. They don't know what they want to do. People kind of split off in different directions. Then, and also it takes time. Like some people leave within 3 months, 6 months, a year. They move out to LA, and then they realize it's not what they really want to do, and then they move back to their home, which is fine. You know, you got to find what makes you happy. I'm very, when I do something, I do it. So when I moved out to LA, I was like, I'm gonna be out here for like at least 5 years, and I'm gonna succeed in what I'm planning to do. You know, it's a thing. It's not just an adventure, an experiment. It's I'm doing this. You know, I'm gonna make it work somehow. Maybe I'll have to change course, but I'm going to be doing something related to what I want to do, which is entertain you guys and live out here because it's really sunny and warm and nice. Hawaii is really sunny and warm and nice too. But I like where I am right now. Texas is really warm and nice too. So yeah, LA's never been bad. Sometimes when I first moved to LA, it was a little bit lonely because I didn't know enough people. And the people that I lived with were all doing teaching stuff. So they would work a normal 9 to 5, and then they'd come home and be writing their lesson plans for the next day. And so I would be kind of lonely because I was kind of a night owl, and then I would also be... so I'd wake up and everyone's gone, and then I work on my stuff late into the evening, and they've already gone to bed around like 9 or 10 p.m. And no one else was doing entertainment or YouTube or acting or anything like that. So that was kind of hard. No one really could, they supported me for sure. But it's like a scientist and an artist, you know, living together, and it's like support each other, but can't understand and empathize and know the difficulties that the other person is going through. You know, the artist doesn't really understand the hypotheses and the experiments that the scientist is going through and all the failed experiments and how he's trying to change his stuff and try and make it work and figure out what is the problem, why is this experiment not working, and the artist supports him but doesn't know how to understand and empathize. And same way the scientist doesn't, you know, doesn't understand artistic, you know, creator's block or not being appreciated and understood because of their art and whatnot, you know? So it was kind of like that. I like it like that, yeah, one more time. Reeling with the radio on. I like it like that, yeah. I don't know. One more question, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'll finish her questions. She had a lot of questions. Do my parents like me being in LA? Yeah, my mom told me, even during college, she was like, I think you're going to go to LA. And I was like, no. She's like, no, I think you are. And I ended up coming out here. And she was totally supportive. She was like, oh yeah, I'll just come visit you. Because she's a flight attendant, so she can fly wherever. So she likes it. My dad is fine with it. He just wants me to do what makes me happy. You know, like when you're independent, when you're paying for yourself, you got a lot more wiggle room. if your parents are paying for you, if they're paying your rent and stuff, they're probably going to want to have more influence over what you do. But if you're paying the ticket, you know, you can do whatever you want. I feel like, especially after going through college, you know, like if you graduate after college with a degree and you got a plan and you show to your parents like what you're going to do, and you hopefully can have good discussions with them. It's tough. It's really tough, but hopefully you can work through it. Then, you know, you can be in control. As long as you're responsible and in control, you know, your parents are going to be like, okay, well, you've shown your responsibility and maturity, but you got to really prove it. You know, you can't just be like, you know, pretending that you got stuff under control and meanwhile you're falling apart, or you don't have any real income or savings or anything like that. You know, you got to be responsible. You got to take care of yourself. So my parents are cool with it. My grandfather, he is a reverend minister in the Methodist Church. I don't know if he is completely down with it. He supports me and you know, loves me. But I get the feeling he wishes I would go to master's, get a graduate degree, or get involved with the church, stuff like that. I mean, my birth dad was in the church. He's like a church choir teacher now, and I think he was a minister for a little bit. So I don't really know much about my birth dad. I mean, I know him and like I see him, you know, a couple times a year, but there's a large gap in my life where I don't know what he was doing. I know that he worked for Southwest Airlines for a little bit. I know he was some kind of minister. I know that he does a lot with music, and he teaches at a high school choir, and he teaches church choir and stuff like that. So the main thing I know about him is he's very musically gifted, and he writes and composes and sings and orchestrates and arranges and does all sorts of stuff. I just don't know that much about his history. But yeah, pretty much, you know, I mean, and it's also harder for like older people to understand YouTube. And I think my uncle moved out to LA for a little bit, for like 6 months, and he came right on back afterwards. I don't think it might have been for acting. Actually, my uncle was kind of a big actor. My birth dad was a big actor as well, in musicals and whatnot, because he could sing. But I think my uncle just moved right on back real quickly. It wasn't for him. So maybe my grandfather still has something going on with that. But, yeah. That's kind of, let's see, is today Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. So I should be good on parking. Yeah, we're good on parking. Don't want to get any parking tickets. Or past time anyways. Oh, I was supposed to go by Warp Zone's house. Forget about it. And let's do the final question here, chilling in the sunlight. 'Cause when the daylight comes, I'll have to go. And tonight I'm gonna hold you so close. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I move to LA for YouTube? I kind of did. I kind of moved to LA to do acting, YouTube, Hollywood, whatever. I'm going to straighten up a little bit. I'm not close enough to the curb. I did it for a mix of stuff. I knew that YouTube was kind of moving out to LA. I could feel it. And Kurt wanted to move out to LA, so that really encouraged me. I don't know. Back then, I kind of just went more on gut feeling. And it was just a gut feeling that I needed to move to LA. I was like, that's where I need to go. That's, you know, I want to do entertainment of some kind, whether it's music or YouTube or Hollywood acting. And that's just where I need to go. That's all I really knew. It's worked out so far, you know. Hopefully it'll keep working out. Got to keep working hard. About to go in here and do some more work. Get work done. Work hard. Dream big. Achieve your dreams. And that's it for today. Hope you guys have an awesome day. And I'll try and tweet out the Harlem Shakes video when it's done, okay? Alright. See you guys later. Punks out. Bye.